never get to see her again.
Now at 5, a woman shot dead at the scene of a car crash. Tonight, a stranger stands accused of firing the fatal shots.
Friends and family of the victim are struggling to make sense of what happened, while neighbors of the accused gunman are shocked and in disbelief.
I cried. I said to my husband he was going to go to church with me on Sunday.
We're digging into his background and looking into a possible motive for murder.
We are getting a better picture today about what might have led to a tragedy in Solon.
A car crash over the weekend, shots fired, and a woman dead. Kristen Volk has been digging into the suspect's background all day and joins us live from Bedford Heights. Kristen, you spoke to neighbors and friends?
I did, Lee. All of them tell me Matthew Desha struggled in life. His 2 tours in Iraq severely affected him, and those close to him say they believe his struggles certainly played a role into why Debbie Pearl never made it to work here at the Harley-Davidson dealership in Bedford Heights Saturday morning.
It just blew my mind that he did that.
Kathleen Salvador tells me she noticed a change in 29-year-old Matthew Desha recently, her longtime North Ridgeville neighbor and good friend.
I could tell he's been agitated lately.
She says he also stopped taking his medication to help his mental health, which suffered even with medication.
He doesn't trust the government and all this and what they're doing to people.
He would go back home and beat on the walls.
His troubles prompted neighbors Loretta and Thomas Grasser to step in recently and invite Matthew to go with them to church. They say he agreed last week to go on Sunday. But Sunday morning, Matthew was sitting in a jail cell.
I really didn't think he'd go through with something like that, but I figured he was capable of it coming home from Iraq.
Solon police say Matthew murdered this Twinsburg woman, Debbie Pearl, with an AR-15 rifle. That's after their cars crashed here at the intersection of Solon and Richmond Roads. Matthew ran a red light. The two didn't.
He also was the kind of person you could tell. Somebody was, like mess with him, like a guy pick a fight with him or something, you're going to get fouled.
When he got in that accident, his mind went back to Iraq, and he thought maybe that woman was after him.
That's how these neighbors and friends make sense of this senseless tragedy. While those close to Debbie, her co-workers here at Harley-Davidson in Bedford Heights, struggle to move on without her.
I miss her. As we all do.
Matthew is a former Marine. He is being charged with first-degree murder and held on a $1 million bond. And Matthew's friend Kathleen Salvador, who you saw in that story, she says she believes this was not a hate crime. She says Matthew has always been very sensitive to racial issues. Live in Bedford Heights, I'm Kristen Volk, News Channel 5.